And for those of you that don't know Annie, Annie Humphrey won Female Artist of the Year and Best Folk Recording at the 2000 Native American Music Awards for her first album, The Heron Smiled. She released the follow-up, The Edge of America, in the mid-2000s. So tonight we are blessed with Annie, who's going to come out and play some music from her new release, Uncombed Hair. Just checking my work. And I hope everybody enjoys. Annie Humphrey.
It's very good to be here. And thank you all for coming, each and every one of you. You could probably have been many other places tonight, but we're here together in this one room for a reason. Who knows? So I'm just going to start with a song. It's not off the record, it's an old one, but I always start with this song. For all you women out there who do your baby's beadwork, save money to get to the powwow, haul wood in your strollers to your camp, and eat bologna and hot dogs. And then when you get your kids all dressed and ready to go to the ring, they have to go pee. And you're doing it by yourself, so if you're out there, it's for you.
Sometimes
This next song is off the new CD. I was gonna say album, but that means I'm old, huh? You know, so I played music and I made a living at it like 15 years ago, and then my kids who were, you know, I would take them everywhere, and we moved to Wisconsin, and our neighbors were, you know, kids their age, and they would go to school every day, and my kids were like, "Where did Justin and Holly go?" I said, "Well, they go to school." And they're like, "School?" Because I was homeschooling them. And I remember one day my son Justice said, I want friends my own age. And I said, "You have a lot of friends." He said, "No, I don't." And I remember we had to travel to a show, and I watched him that night, and he was only interacting with adult people. And he was right, he didn't have friends. And so I put them in school, and just slowly things started slowing down, and then I had to get a job to make up for the slowdown. And then so that's what life became, just, you know, working and taking care of the kids. And then just time went by, and that's how life went. And then I met my husband, Todd, and he said, "You know, why aren't you writing and singing? You know, you like doing it. Why don't you do it?" And I used to use the excuse, I'm like, because the kids are too little. But now they're old, having their own kids. Well, Justice is. And so there was no more excuses. And you know, I wrote my first song, and they just came pouring out, and I had enough for a record, and so I made one. And I hope that it's well received, and I'm not looking to get famous, but I just think that it says a lot of helpful things, you know, things that'll help us in this world the way it has become. But this next song is from a poem that my mother wrote, and I'd never asked her who it's about. It's you know, some of you know my mother, and if you know my mom, you know she really loves Elvis Presley, so it might be about Elvis. I've always been too late for love. There could have been a time for us. We never took a chance. Fear of rejection, a good common sense. I liked you very much, though we never touched. I could have loved your honest face and your quiet grace. I've always been too late for love. There could have been a time for us. We never took a chance. Fear of rejection, a good common sense. I liked you very much, though we never touched. I could have loved your simple smile and your tender style. And now we're Thank you. This is a song I kind of dropped off, and I hadn't played it for many years. And it's a song about John Trudell. Well, John has walked on, and I thought I should bring the song back up.
Johnny's woman, who killed Johnny's kids, who thought they'd silence Johnny's prayer, make his spirit hip his skids, who stole Johnny's water, and who stole Johnny's land, who thought they'd beaten Johnny down, give him nowhere left to stand, left to stand. Johnny goes on singing, 'cause Johnny owns his voice. Johnny owns his spirit, yeah, and Johnny owns his choice, yes he does. Who blamed Johnny's people, who laughed at Johnny's dance, who thought they'd fold up Johnny's dream, make it wear those red striped pants, who taught Johnny's sacrament, and who taught Johnny's sin, who thought of teaching Johnny's soul the color of God's skin, God's skin. Johnny goes on singing, 'cause Johnny owns his voice. Johnny owns his spirit, and Johnny owns his choice, yes he does. Who carved up Johnny's future? Who carved up Johnny's wage? Who thought they'd carve up history, page by bloody page? Who forgot about the healing gifts? Who ignored the ancient way? Who denied that grandmother hid her hope? And Johnny's DNA, DNA. Johnny goes on singing, 'cause Johnny owns his voice. Johnny owns his spirit, yeah, and Johnny owns his choice. You go on singing, 'cause you are your voice, and you are your spirit, and you are your choice, yes you are.
It's okay, it happens all the time. That poor guitar, I used to drink, and so that guitar's falling out of the case. It's okay. I got the guitar in a pawn shop in Cass Lake when I was 19. It's like the only thing in my life I've held on to, the only, object. So it's okay. Gosh, there's just so much stuff I want to tell you guys, but there's time. There's time. Maybe not, I don't know. But so the first song I wrote when I started this writing thing and it all started flowing was called We the People, and it's about our oil consumption. Not just oil, but we consume so much. We are just like crazy. That piano's kind of bassy. Can we take some off it? Scare me.
Try to even try.
wrote that and I came up with the words because I carry organic food home in plastic and I drive my car short distances and I used to use diapers on my kids and I even drink out of a styrofoam cup tonight. So it's just like what we do, And the pipelines are coming through and we don't want them through our lakes up there. And I mean, you can't go anywhere in Minnesota without going through a lake. And but it's a way of life. It truly is. It's not just a little slogan. Me and my kids rice the lakes up there and the rivers, and we net and we, it's a real way of life that we live there. And it's under threat because these pipelines will break, and no amount of money, put aside for cleanup is going to replace what's lost. And it's true. My mother did go to Chiapas back in '96, and she came back saying that. She goes, no matter what we do, it's not going to be enough, but you can do too little. So don't not do anything, It's a huge, I don't know where to start, it overwhelms me, the weight this world is carrying, and who knows what's going to happen, you guys. And all these little kids in here, they inherit all of this stuff. So the earth needs help. And my son, Justice, who was up here, he used to, when he was a little boy, he'd say, Mom, I'm never leaving you because I got to take care of you and my sisters, and I can't go, what do you do without me? And I told him, you don't have to stay here. This old reservation will always be here, and going anywhere. So that inspired me to write a song. We shouldn't say that to our young people. We shouldn't tell them, go find your dreams. Go follow your dreams and go and live, but then come back here.
I know it's scary sometimes, stepping out over that reservation line, but you got mountains to find and climb. Your dreams, they won't be found, just laying on this never-changing ground. Gotta find a road to walk out on, and you walk on out. dreams that won't be found, just laying on this reservation ground. Gotta find a road to walk out on, and you walk on out, you walk on out, you walk on out, you walk on out.
Is the piano okay out there? Good? Okay. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna have an Altoid. Anybody want one? Okay. So I'm here with a whole bunch of students from my school. They're sitting along the wall over there. I can't see, it's dark, but they're over there. And we started like our little Indian education programming there. So we visited some colleges today, and they're here tonight, and they made those pretty glass nickel bracelets out on the table, and we fundraise. I don't know what we're fundraising for yet, but I don't plan that far ahead. I just like making money. I'm just kidding. But you know, this building is really, really awesome. You know that it's here, it's beautiful. When my kids were small, for 5 months we were homeless. And it's really hard being homeless because you kind of stay where people will let you stay. And then you don't want to like bug them, and you don't want to put your feet up on their coffee tables. And you know, we kind of spend the day at the house, and when the family was coming home from work, I would take the kids and leave so that they could be a family and do their family stuff, and we'd go to the library or something. And it's just really hard, and then you're telling you, don't touch that, don't do that. It's like you can't relax, ever. And then, so, you know, there are people who live here in this building, and it's awesome that this building is home to many families. It's a home, and that's just the coolest thing to me. And we used to do a tour, years in 2000 or 2001 too, and we called the tour "How Far Is Home?" And we do shows in Bimajii and Duluth, Minneapolis, and stuff. And Hattie Peterson is out there somewhere, and she would never fail. Hattie, will you come and do this? Yes. Will you come and do this? Yes. Will you do this? Yes. I'm just kidding, not that bad. But will you watch my kids? Yes. No. But it's just, you know, it's we all have a job to do, right? Like Scott, we were talking to Jeremy over in the other part of the building, and everybody has a job to do. Your passion doesn't have to be oil pipelines. Your passion doesn't have to be, you know, standing up against this or that or this or that. We all have a job to do. And we all have gifts. We all have different gifts, right? And so things we're born with that just come out. We're born with them. And so, one time I was visiting with John Trudell, and he talked about such things that I would get a headache listening to him. And I'd say, John, don't you ever just stop? Don't you ever just think about taking care of tomatoes in the garden? He said, you take care of your tomatoes, and I'll keep the beast out of the garden. So we all have different stuff to do. Some of it might be really crazy radical. Some of it's just taking care of tomatoes. So when John passed away, the first thing I thought, oh my God, who's going to keep the beast out of my garden? But there's, you know, they're coming up. You know, these two, Jake and my son. This is taking a stand. Coming up here and just making you all feel good and think that's enough. And John told me that. I said, what are we really doing? All these occupations, what do we really do? He said, well, if all you do is go in a room and make some people feel good or think, then that's good enough. I don't know if I agree with that, but that's what he said. Okay, I'm gonna do a, oh, that was a cover. I'm gonna do another cover. There's some good songs out there, you guys. We don't gotta keep writing new ones. Just kidding. So, there are teachers from the school I work at. I want to thank you guys for coming and supporting me. They're really cool teachers who work at my school. You got to be cool to work at my school. Right, kids? Can I hear amen, kids? And teachers from other schools too, Karen Teff. Yeah, one of the best math teachers you've ever had. My daughter, Jesus, yes, she improved by leaps and bounds because of this woman. And then she went to college and still went back to this woman.
could tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange the walk-on part in a war for lead role in a cage? How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. What have we found? The same old fears. Wish you were here. Thank you. I like to fade out on that song like that. You just fade out until someone, I think she's ending it. I think I'll clap. All right. I better do songs off this record, huh? Okay, let's try this again. You know, I don't usually use one of these. I usually go like this. I go like this. There. Okay. Did I unplug something? My piano died. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. Oh, guitar, piano. Okay, got it. I gotta tell JP when I'm switching out. Yeah. Okay, let me think. What's on that record? What is on that record? Huh? Oh, okay. Listen to that. I got requests already. That's cool, man. Oh, that's why I paid you. No, I didn't. This is a true story, every word of it. She was 47. He was 51, and they both thought their lives were winding down. When she saw his green eyes shining in the sun, she realized a new life had begun. She'd been drugged through the mud more than any woman should. She swore to God she'd never laugh again. She looked into the kindest
face she'd ever seen, and she couldn't help but smile back at him as he took her in. He took her in, soaked her in, and drank her in and breathed her in, and he'd show her, she'd show him a deep, delicious love that never ends. They felt the share pain. He'd done his share of drinking, but he put that bottle down some years ago. Now he wondered and he waited for a good woman to come and make him whole in his soul. Well, suddenly there she was, in a faded cotton dress. He stared at her as long as he dared. She shook his hand and said hello. He didn't want to let her go, 'cause her hand felt small and safe and strong in his. And she took him in. She took him in, soaked him in, and drank him in and breathed him in. And he'd show her, she'd show him the deep, delicious love that never ends. She was 47, he was 51, and they both thought their lives were winding down. Thank you. Isn't that an awesome big old cup of water? Water, water. I'm gonna switch back to my guitar. Okay, guys. I'm wondering if there are any veterans in the audience. Can you just stand up for a second? I know it's dark. Can we turn one light on?
Thank you.
So please take note of these gentlemen here. Okay? I'm gonna play you guys a song. Now, Chevy, I think Chevy tried to take it on the commercials, but I think it belongs to, gosh, that's out of tune. I think that belonged with the song. We're gonna take it back, okay, for the veterans. Thank you. Cool. Close enough for government work. No, I spent 4 years in the Marine Corps. kind of low. Let's try a little higher. Okay, sorry. Stood there boldly, sweating in the sun. Felt like a million, felt like number one. The height of summer, I'd never felt that strong, like a rock. I was 18, didn't have a care, working for peanuts, not a dime to spare. And I was lean and solid everywhere, like a rock. My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I thought was right, like a rock. Like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me, like a rock. I was something to see, like a rock. Okay, so you guys remember who these men were? Yes? Why don't you go thank them? Shake their hand. Thank you. Like a rock, standing arrow straight, like a rock, charging from the gate, like a rock. I was carrying the weight, like a rock, like a rock. The sun upon my skin, like a rock. Hard against the wind, like a rock. I see myself again, like a rock. Like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me, like a rock. I was something to see, like a rock. Stood there boldly, sweating in the sun. Felt like a million, felt like number one. The height of summer, I never felt that strong, like a rock. I was 18, didn't have a care, working for peanuts, not a dime to spare. And I was lean and solid everywhere, like a rock. My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I thought was right, like a rock. Like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me, like a rock. I was something something to see, like a rock. Yes, you're welcome. Yep. I don't think that there's enough acknowledgement, you know. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. So I think I'll do one more song, and then I'll turn the lights on and we'll all go on with our lives, okay? This is not off this record. This is off my last one called Edge of America. And I wrote it after I had a really bad dream. I had a terrible dream. I dreamt that there was a chemical attack, and people were just dropping like flies in the street. And I had my kids by the hand, and I was running through the city, and my legs were giving out, my eyes were getting blurry, and I felt like there's something wrong. I'm gonna die too. So we sat down with our backs to a brick wall on the street, and I was holding Justice and Geezus. And my mom was there too. And my son, he looked up at me, said goodnight, and I woke up. And I was shaking them, trying to wake them up and make sure they were still alive, and they were. But you know, there's dangerous places in the world where mothers and their children aren't safe. So this song is about the women of the desert, Iraq, Afghanistan, and it's also about the women of Chiapas and the women of Rwanda. Running through the desert while America dropped bread and bombs on me. I dug a hole and crawled inside to get my children warm, but they died one at a time, and all I could do was say, I love you, I love you. Violent ones came with guns that said American made. There was no time to run, no time to cry, and no time to pray. I woke up crying and my tears fall. I held my baby's near. I checked their breathing just to be sure, 'cause it all seemed so real. Genocide in Rwanda, and many were killed. So thank you so much for coming, and please do whatever you can. Do whatever you can. You know, whatever it is, collectively. You know, maybe we can, you know, leave something better for these little kids. I mean, they're coming, and things are getting much better. So, miigwech, thank you very much. I don't mean to depress you all. It's great. Life is wonderful.